The function of the House of Commons in the British Parliament. Introduction. The Parliament of England is called the mother of all other parliaments in the world. When we speak of the British Parliament, we mean the House of Commons. The House of Commons is the lower chamber of the British Parliament. It is known as the popular chamber as well. It is more powerful and influential than the House of Lords or the upper chamber. For all practical purposes, the House of Commons is the British Parliament. In the words of Walpole, when a minister consults Parliament, he in fact consults the House of Commons. When the Queen dissolves Parliament, she dissolves the House of Commons. In other words, a new Parliament is simply a new House of Commons. Composition. At present, the House of Commons consists of 635 members. There are 516 members of England, 71 for Scotland, 36 for Wales, and 12 for Northern Ireland. Qualification of members. The following are the qualifications required for a person to become a member of the House of Commons. A. The person must be 25 years old. B. He must not be corrupt. C. He must not be an insane person. D. Clergymen, civil servants, members of the regular armed forces, policemen, judicial officers, and members of the House of Lords are disqualified from being members of the House of Commons. A popularly elected legislative chamber. The House of Commons is elected directly by the people. But in history, the story is quite different from the present situation. In medieval days, when the foundation of the House of Commons was laid, the House was represented by landlords, merchants, guildsmen, etc. It was a functional representation, not a territorial representation. It continued to be so until 1932. The change came with the extension of the parliamentary franchise through the Reforms Acts of 1832, 67, 84, 1918, and 1928. Women were granted the right to vote for the first time in 1918. In 1928, men and women were granted equal rights to vote. Term of the House of Commons. The term of the House of Commons was 3 years up to 1716, from then up to 1911, it was 7 years. The Parliament Act of 1911 fixed it at 5 years. The officers of the House of Commons. Following are the officers of the House of Commons who perform their specific duties. A. Speaker. At one time, the Speaker used to be the King's nominee, but now the House elects its Speaker, although the Sovereign still formally approves of the Speaker's election. B. The Chairman of the Committee of Ways and Means. He has 3 main functions: 1. To act as deputy to the Speaker. 2. To preside over the Committee of the whole House. 3. To supervise all private business. There is also a deputy chairman. C. The Sergeant of Arms. He is appointed by the Crown to attend to the Speaker, to enforce the order of the House, and to execute warrants issued by the Crown to assist the Speaker. D. Clerk of the House. He is appointed by the Crown to assist the Speaker. E. Chaplain. He is appointed by the Speaker to conduct prayers at the beginning of each session. Committees of the House of Commons. There are 5 different types of committees in the House of Commons. A. Committee of the whole House. B. Select Committee. C. Standing Committee. D. Private Bills Committees. E. Joint Committees. Privileges of members. These are those rights without which the members cannot discharge their function. The members enjoy freedom of speech in the House, and such freedom is absolute. The House can punish its members and outsiders for contempt, disrespect, of the House. Powers and functions of the House of Commons. The powers and functions of the House of Commons are listed below. A. The House as a legislature. All bills that become Acts of Parliament must be passed by the House of Commons. In actual practice, the House of Commons has lost its law-making power to the Cabinet. B. The House as controller of the national purse. The powers of the House of Commons over national income and expenditure are absolute. The Parliament Act of 1911 rendered the House of Lords powerless in this regard. C. The House as the maker of the government. The principal function of the House of Commons is to support and vote out governments. As we can say, the House of Commons can, at any moment, choose a ruler as well as dismiss a ruler. The existing role of the House. The existing role of the House is reflected below. A. Function of supporting the government. An essential function of the House of Commons these days is to provide the necessary support to the government to enable it to carry through its Parliament programme. This function is performed by the majority party in the House because the government belongs to this party. B. The function of criticism. Another function of the House of Commons is to criticise the government. The opposition party or parties perform the function. The question hour is another device to bring to light the failures of government in specific spheres, areas, of activity. C. Function of education. The House of Commons, through the wide publicity of its debates in the press and on radio and television, spreads political education among the people. D. Debating issues of political importance. The most important function of the Parliament is the debating of various bills and resolutions that are placed before it for approval. E. Amendment of the Constitution. The House of Commons is fully authorized to amend any provision of the Constitution by a simple majority whenever it likes. F. Redress of public grievances, complaints. The House of Commons is also regarded as the final authority to provide relief to the people when they suffer any difficulty or meet injustice at the hands of government officials. An hour is fixed for asking questions each day, and the House meets